Interview coming up at Bomber today, Thursday, October 21st, 1993, coming up in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bomber, you're a legend in the Calypso art form.
Well, it's a pleasure to hear you say this.
When you think of the name Bomber, you think about dying, come let me. And Bomber is still going strong today. You were even in the finals of the Cari Festa.
Yes, I was.
I mean, what is it that keeps you going?
Only God can tell you that.
But the great love of the art form never died.
Well, it's always there. It was always there since I was the age of 12. And it continues on. And I only have God to thank for that.
You have so much grace on stage. Looking at you perform, it seems as age has done you nothing but good.
Well, to use some words from my very good friend, the Lord Kitchener, the Grand Master, he says, age makes you get better and better.
The Calypso art form is very dynamic, Bomber. You know, I always find myself in this position throwing this out to the Calypsonians. The proliferation of the soca and the jam and wine. Now, nothing is wrong with that. It is part of the art form. Nothing wrong with it. But the commercialization of it in New York, for instance, London, for instance, and there seems to be a backbenching of the humor, the wit, the social commentary. Are you concerned?
Yes, I am. Deeply concerned, so to speak. Because take, for instance, let's say for every river there's a source. And if you do away with the source of the river, then you have no river. Am I correct, sir?
Perfect.
Okay. The art form Calypso is Calypso, whether it be slow, medium, social commentary, political commentary, humor, even the picong and the extemporaneous singing. But I feel that the jam and wine thing is a bit, excuse me, too consistent. It's too much of it. You must have jam and wine in Calypso. I say so without any fear, because there are times when people want to go to the dance halls and fete. There are times when people want to sit down home and enjoy their lives with their wives and their husbands and what have you, and just dance around the floor. And you look to the jam and wine Calypsos. But the lyrical content of some of those Calypsos are outrageous, unbecoming, so to speak. And what would happen eventually is if the people get accustomed to this, because you would realize that these type of Calypsos hardly has any story. And it will deteriorate rapidly, and I'm sad to say Calypso will actually die.
Now, I challenge anyone to spend a season in Trinidad going into the Calypso tent. Okay, take for instance, a child born of West Indian parents living in New York who may know Calypso or think he knows Calypso, but is only exposed to the soca and the jam and wine. He goes to Trinidad and spends a season in the Calypso tents. You think he'll be shocked beyond measure?
Well, he has to be, because what has happened, the youth that you speak about, let's put them in the status of a child. If you have a child is born to you, and you feed the child milk every day, that's what it's going to drink. And it is true that milk is good, but it is not all that is good. And the child needs other vitamins and what have you to get by. If you feed them the jam and wine thing only, they will stick to that, and they would not know the bombers, they would not hear about the spoilers, the tigers, even the mighty sparrow and the Lord Kitchener and what have you. And we, I am sorry I have to say so myself, we are the lifeline, the last of the best. And if we, and when we are gone, if they continue in the vein that they are going, they would lose the Calypso art form. Calypso is rhythm. Calypso is rhyme. Calypso is a story. Calypso is to make you relax after a hard day's work. Calypso is laughter. Calypso is fun. Calypso is picong. Calypso is also jam and wine, but there's too much. Too much of it, and you're feeding the youths only that. Even, I'm sorry to say that some of our disc jockeys, because of the trend, because of the commercialized status, the records sell more than the Calypso. Take, for instance, the Calypso I just sang. You must have heard the crowd. They sang with me. I was delighted. But if you ask the youths, what do you think about that? Okay, that was okay, but they rather the other one because...
On the count of 4?
On the count of 4. Okay, but then when you count 4 3 times, you get 12. So they must count 12 too.
Bomber, let me say it was a pleasure talking to you on CultureShare.
Yes.
And may the spirit that you have in the art form continue to live forever.
Thank you. May God bless you, and may God keep me for a longer time to try to tell the youths, look to the right, look to the left before you cross.